E nesse terceiro bloco vamos conversar com a pianista croata Martina Filjak, uma das atrações da terceira semana de música de câmara do Rio de Janeiro, que também se apresentou em Caratinga e ainda se apresenta no Rio de Janeiro no final do mês. Hi Martina, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Hi Paula.
Doctor Entrevista, it's the name of the program, the show.
Thank you for welcoming me.
Welcome to our town, Caratinga, and Brazil, of course. So, this is the first time in Brazil, the first time in a small city, a small town in Brazil, and what do you expect from this festival, this Terceira Semana Internacional?
Well, I think it's of course always great to discover new countries and to discover new cultures. A wonderful thing about chamber music is that you get to share the stage with people that sometimes you have never met before, and you develop friendships and chemistry, and sometimes not, and you don't really know what to expect, because you are here to make music and they're here to make music, and you may have nothing in common instead of this, but this is a really big thing that we do have in common, and it's guiding us together. Now, before the festival in Rio starts, SIMONE LEITAO has organized 2 additional concerts, and my first ever concert in Brazil is today in tomorrow in Caratinga, which is hard to tell if I have any expectations, but to bring music to people who are hopefully very open and who enjoy music as well. I try not to have expectations when there are concerts, because if you have expectations, it's always different. It always is the opposite. So I just try to prepare as good as possible and try to take some rest.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and what did you think about Brazil and Caratinga?
Well, I only arrived to Brazil yesterday, so this is my very first day. My first impressions are that the nature is amazing.
Oh,
I love nature, and also I was so happy to know that the festival is also pointing to the festival that is supporting sustainability, that is supporting the planting of trees, and of course I'm very excited about that. And I think people are rarely as warm and as friendly as here in Brazil. This is something very special, so I feel very welcome, and it's really nice.
So we'll have to come back again and again and again.
I'd love to.
So, what do you think this kind of festival where few musicians have performed together?
I think this is fantastic, because as such there is a moment of adventure in meeting new people and in making music with new people. There is this very common shared goal, which is to make chamber music and to make it work, and you have to find a common ground, and you have to maybe even make compromises very quickly, because there's not so much time to prepare.
Yeah,
and
for all of maybe.
Well, to practice, you practice before, of course. So I presume everybody will be ready, and the nice thing about it is that, as I said, there is a common interest, and we all want the concerts to be great. We all want the concerts to be fantastic, and we have a limited amount of time to prepare. So it's really interesting the kind of chemistry that can happen with it if we all have the intention to make a great concert. So it's really nice.
Yeah, good. So it's a better way, or a good way, I don't know, to the audience know more about music and the instruments.
I think you are right if you say this, and I think what chamber music brings us is this moment of very much creativity and very much spontaneity being live on stage, which sometimes you don't get so often anymore in recitals, and you don't get so often anymore with big orchestras, because a performance is very professional and very planned in certain ways. So in a moment everybody knows what to expect. Chamber music is of course very professional, and of course we plan a lot, but because there's less people, a group of 3 or 4 people, there is a lot of space for people to react to each other, and there's a lot of moment for spontaneity, and for me this is one of the most important things about making a concert. You have to be spontaneous, you have to be open to make things in the spur of the moment. otherwise we don't need concerts. Otherwise we can stay home and listen to CDs.
Yeah. It's different for you to play like this?
It's of course, I mean, of course it is different if you play alone or if you play with orchestra or if you play chamber music.
Yeah.
It's three very different experiences. But in order to be happy, you need a little bit of mix of everything.
It's common for you?
Well, my biggest amount of performances are with orchestra. So maybe 70% of the concerts per year that I do are with orchestra. Then the rest is shared between recitals and chamber music. And I participate in a chamber music festival such as this one maybe once or twice a year.
Oh, good. So you started playing piano at the age and held your first public performance at age 6. Yeah.
Yeah, this is true. I was very small, and somebody had to come and help me get on the piano chair, and my legs were hanging down.
How?
I don't know. I think it was good. This is the system we had in Croatia, that they tried to teach us to play in front of public very early, so that we would get the feeling that this is something normal.
Yeah.
And it's very helpful.
But do you think it's important for children to study music at an early age? Like you, for example?
It's easier. It is easier because just like it is easier for people to learn languages when they start at very early age, because there is just children at an early age, they are very open and their hearts and their minds are very open and they learn very fast.
And interact of the music.
Yes. Yeah. But I know great musicians who started later and who developed incredibly, but then you need to have really fantastic teachers and all this constellation. But it's of course better as children.
So thanks, Martina.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to talk to you. And just a little bit of this interview, because we don't have more time to talk more.
Oh, thank you so much, but it's really nice to meet you, like everybody here.
Então, você fica com a gente agora, conferindo um pouquinho das informações não, minto, de como foi a apresentação da Martina, da Simone Leitão, durante esse final de semana no Casarão das Artes. E o nosso programa continua durante toda essa semana para você curtir, e nas próximas semanas também, sempre com um assunto diferente, um assunto novo. Até mais!